YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Ray. I am the original ordinary guy. Back again with another video for you boys, man. The unattractive, masculine man and older women. Yeah, buddy, man. See, your bread and butter is gonna be your masculinity, right? We already talked about that. We know that. We know that masculinity has no beauty mark. But older women will seek out more masculine traits than women probably in your age group if you're in your 30s or in your 20s. They have a sense of what real masculinity is, even if some of them have been psyoped, brainwashed, and, taken aback a couple years. Just like the younger women, even the younger women understand what masculinity is. It's just that they've been brainwashed to hate it and not want to be around it and be engulfed in it and have that nice mix of yin and yang. But older women, they love it. You know what I'm saying? They can't get enough of it. That's why when they see you, and to them, you look attractive. Muscles are attractive. Having an average to, I guess, below average face is attractive. Getting your hands dirty is attractive. Taking care of business is attractive. Being assertive is attractive. Being handsome, even such, is attractive. The normal things like it was back when they were younger. They look at that and see young man and be like, okay, he's attractive to them. And because of the things that, especially how things are now, as to where a lot of the women are like in more of the soft, soy boy, feminine type of man. That's not the masculine man is really not that attractive to women right now like it would be the older women. So you will get a lot of women looking at you as, dessert, looking at you as dinner, looking at you as lunch. They love the sight of you because you're a separation from what they usually see of men of your age. Men of your age are out of shape. Men of your age don't have any posture, don't have any masculine presence. Hell, don't have a presence at all. So when you come around and you start showing face and you start showing attributes and actions of a masculine man, a lot of women your age, whether you're 20s, late 20s, mid 20s, early 20s, and that for the 30s as well, a lot of women your age will put their nose up. Like they smell something like stink. But a lot of older women will look at you and be like, okay, young man. All right, young man. Yeah. And when I say older, I don't mean 30s. I don't mean 30s. And we're not talking about the wall hitters. We're not talking about the desperations. We talking about the older women that look like something. This is what that is. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. We're talking about 40s, 50s, 60s even. You know what I mean? I'm an expert at this because no matter where I go, the young women really don't mess with your boy. I ain't gonna cap to you. The younger women, it's a stretch. It can get a little loopy when it comes to them. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend like I'm Mac Daddy 3000. But when it comes to the older women, the cougars, the MILFs, oh yeah, they be ready to pounce. No cap. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I've noticed that, and I'm just taking a little bit of observation, and after many years, many years of, being in shape, working on my masculinity, working on the man I am today and the man I'm going to continue to be and the man I'm going to be in the future, I've noticed the older women have taken a liking to me. You know what I'm saying? Even at work, where I'm about to go right now, a lot of the older, like when I got a haircut, right? When I got a haircut or when I smell good at work, it's usually the older women giving me compliments. I rarely, if at all, get compliments from the women in my age group. Now that to their credit, they can find me very unattractive. They can find me repulsive. They can find me disgusting. To their credit, they might not like what they see, but a couple of things have happened to let me know that, okay, they just don't want to give it up. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to give up the praise. They don't want to give up the recognition, because they think they're being thirsty. But the older women, oh, they don't. It's this woman at work. Every time she see me, she see my waves. She like, oh my gosh, there you go with them ways. Older woman, auntie. You know what I'm saying? And then I had some cologne on the other day. 2 older women stopped me. You know what I'm saying? When I was trying to do something, boom, compliments. You know what I mean? So, and of course I see the younger women and the women my age, they look and they might smell me and they might, they look, but they don't say anything. But the older women, no shame in their game. They gonna give it up every single time. And I appreciate them for that. You know what I mean? So as you doing your thing, just notice the older women are gonna have their eye out for you. And a lot of men like older women. You know, that's not really my cup of tea. You know, me personally, that's not really what I go for. But a lot of men do. You know what I'm saying? They like the maturity. They like the experience. They like some of these older women. Shoot, they say they just want to have fun too. So a lot of men like that as well. So don't get it twisted. As the same thing as in the gym. The older women that be in the gym, they're looking at you. They staring at you. They want to see what's up. They want to see that young man push that weight. They want to see that young man pull and do them legs. You say they want to see that young man, sweat. You know what I mean? And they love that. They love being around that. Because when you give off those pheromones, you give off that testosterone, you give off that masculine presence, that masculine energy, which is important, which is what you need at all times. And like I said, you've been conditioned to hate that. You know what I mean? You've been conditioned to make only seem like a small amount of men can have masculine presence or masculine energy because of what you've seen online, what you've been taught, hell, what you even see in real life with all the soy boys and soft feminine men getting all the praise, getting all the glory in the limelight, even though it's fake, even though it's behind a lot of suffering. That's what you've been conditioned to look at. But as a unattractive to average looking man, you break those norms. And where you're looking for validation outside of yourself, because you already give it to yourself, where you're looking for validation outside of yourself, it's not going to come from the place you want it to. Because we all like the young tenders. Don't get it twisted. We either like the young tenders or we like the women in our age group, right? But it's not likely, sir. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen, but you're not going to see it as often. I'll say that. The older woman will be right in your face, like telling you, like, yeah, man, you got it going on. Do you work out? Can you train me? Right? Not too long ago. Oh man, this is a long time ago. I was about in the 7th grade, going to the 8th grade, and we was in Eastern Hills. If you know anything about Eastern Hills, we was in the hood in Fort Worth, Texas. And we had an AAU basketball game that we was playing. We was playing against like this real good team. I forgot the name of their team, but they were real good. Oh, the Mustangs. Playing against the Mustangs, man. They were real good. Metro Mustangs. We were playing against the Metro Mustangs, and me and my partners, we went into the bleachers to chill out. You know what I'm saying? We went to relax before our game. So a mother and 2 of her daughters were sitting behind me, right? Sitting behind me, chilling. And I guess her son that was on the Metro Mustangs, his basketball was out there where everybody was shooting around, and she wanted one of her daughters to go get it. But the daughters refused to go get the ball. So the old woman starts rubbing me randomly on my chest. Randomly, putting her hands, I'm in the 7th grade, and I'm all right. I ain't really that big, but I'm all right. Putting her hands on my chest. And I'm just like, what's going on? This can't be right. And I'm looking at my partner, John, and I'm looking at my twin brother Roman, and they're like, bro, what is she doing? I said, I don't know. So she's rubbing, and she whispered, hey, sweetheart, can you go get that ball for me? I'm like, I ain't seen it yet. So I look to the right, I see one of her daughters. I look to the left, I see her other daughter, and I turn around, I see these big ass, you know what I mean? And she was an okay looking woman, you know what I mean? She had a nice body, she was like in her 40s or her late 30s. I'm in the 7th grade, about to go to the 8th grade. I'm like, yo, what happened? What's going on? And I said, yes, ma'am. So I went to go get the ball. I gave her the ball, and they left. right? So later after the game, I told my mom. My mom wanted to turn back around and look for the lady. It was crazy. But as an older woman, I don't know if she did that because it was other kids around me. Yeah, we were kids. It was crazy. It was other kids around me. Two of my partners was on my right, and then my brother was on my left or something like that. I'm like, well, she could have easily asked them or did that to them, but she didn't. She she started rubbing on my chest and rubbing on my shoulders and whispering in my ear to go get that basketball. I'm an older woman, bro. And at the time, I didn't know what it was. Now I know what that is. Of course now I know. But at the time, I had no idea what that was. It was just a crazy experience. But that just goes to show you that them older women, they'll get up on them young guys and whisper them good nothing. Look at Jalen Green. You know what I'm saying? Look at him and, what's his name, Drea. She doing the fool with him. We all know how that's going to end. Look at Brittany Renner and PJ Washington. We know how that's going to end. You know what I'm saying? We know what's going on. I've said that plenty of times on TikTok, man. We know where that's going. So that just is what it is. So don't get fooled either. They gonna be out there to get you too. Don't get it twisted. But if you're unattractive to average looking man, them older women, they got their eyes on you. Trust me. All right. Especially if you're masculine. Need to be masculine regardless. Whether you're attractive, unattractive, average, whatever. You need to show masculine presence regardless. All right. Not a warning, not advice, proof. All right? That's another day in reality for your ass. Love.